Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate y'all being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for that very first time, welcome as well. It's good to have you. And our topic for you today, it's the top 10 reasons that gyms fail and how to avoid them. The top 10 reasons gyms fail and how to avoid them. Now, before we get into our topic today, just a quick reminder, my focus, my mission here in the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, across the globe. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel. So if you've not yet done so, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can help take your business to that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And then for you folks who are looking to open a new gym, you need funding. You have an existing operation, you need funding. We can help with funding. It's unsecured funding. There's no restrictions on use, up to $400,000. Minimum credit score of 680 each, and all three credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And then a minimum income of $50,000 per year each of the two previous years. Check out the links below for financing and funding for more information on that, and additional ways that we can help with funding as well. And so with that said, let's get into our topic, and it's the top 10 reasons gyms fail and how to avoid them. And so number one on my list is, lack of research. Lack of research. The first thing I would suggest you do, okay, if you're acquiring a gym, opening a gym, even if you already have one, do your research, check out your competition. Check out your competition. What is not being provided to the market? Okay, what can you provide better than what they're doing? How are you different than what they're doing? So what's not being done? Where's the gaps? Where's the opportunity there? But do your research. Don't just open up and think it's going to be a good idea. Okay. Number two, not having a business plan. And I know for you folks that have worked with us before, our way of doing this is we do business plans on a collaborative basis. In other words, we're going to do it together. I view business planning as much education as it is actually having the business plan. But you want this business plan because this is your roadmap. Okay, it's not etched in stone. It can change and will likely. Okay, but you want to have this business plan because every day you want to make sure you're working on key objectives of what you laid out in this business plan. Don't just go into it thinking, oh, well, I know all this. I don't need to write it down. You want to write it down because what are the risks associated with this? And then let's define how we're going to mitigate those risks. Talk about marketing, the importance of it, how you're going to approach it. Okay, what's your market area? What's your market size? How are you going to attract the uncontested market? So there's a lot in there. Make sure you get a business plan. And if you're already in business and you haven't done one, take the time to write one. Okay, you'll be surprised how much it'll help. The other thing that really helps as well is when you start writing this stuff down, it really gives you a sense of having control over it. Number three on my list, and you hear me talk about this a fair amount, but number three on this list is not having the business funding that you need. Okay, and so the suggestion here is don't go into this undercapitalized. I talked about it earlier, but check out the links below under financing and funding. We can help with funding up to $400,000 for a true startup or an existing operation. But get the funding that you need. And if you want to use your own money, that's great. Normally we'd say, hey, use somebody else's, okay? But the key thing here, in addition to having the proper funding, is you want to have a minimum of 30 days operating kind of in the bank. Whatever it costs you to operate your business, have at least that much sitting there. Now, you might want to have as much as 2 to 3 months, but have at least 1 month. And it could be, lines of credit. It could be potentially credit cards. It could be, cash. It could be loans, whatever it might be. But make sure you got the funding that you need, because when you don't have that funding, it'll cause you to cut back on things. We'll cut back on marketing. We'll cut back on staff, and you're just never going to maximize your opportunity. Number 4 on the top 10 reasons that gyms fail and how to avoid them, it's financial management. It's managing our money. And let's just talk about, kind of the funding aspect of it. You've got your money, you're doing marketing and all this. one of the things on financial management, kind of talking about marketing, what is your acquisition cost? What does it cost you to get a new customer? What's it cost you for them to call you? What's it cost you for them to walk in? Okay, know those KPIs, know those numbers. What is your payroll percentage? What is your rent, as a percentage? What are your recurring fees as a percentage, compared to your base operating expense? So, know these numbers. Truly manage a budget. Have a budget and manage it. Number 5 on my list, poor marketing. If I could pick one of the biggest mistakes and biggest challenges, it's the issue of obscurity. Nobody knows who you are, and those that do don't have you at top of mind. And many clubs that I see that are struggling at this, they do very little for marketing. They might do 1 or 2 things. And you want to have a program, what the goal is you want to get known by everybody in your community, everybody in your marketplace. You need to have a marketing plan that really, puts the pedal to the metal, because you can have the finest facility in the world, the finest instructors, but if people don't know who you are, if people aren't walking in that front door, it's not going to do you any good. Okay, so you need to have strong marketing. As a matter of fact, check out our links below under advertising and marketing. We can help, with digital marketing programs. We can help with prize programs and things that can draw attention to your business, get people in the door, and give you the opportunity, to convert folks, into regular members in your facility. Number 6 on my list is, not keeping up with member needs or the competition. Not keeping up with member needs or the competition. And talk about the member needs in a sense here. One of the biggest challenges, that the industry has is the issue of attrition. I mean, attrition, even if you're losing 4% a month, you're losing half your members every year. It's a lot, okay? I've seen folks losing a lot more than that, okay? And we want to really get a grip on this to the extent that you can. And so stay up to date with member needs. And when I talk about member needs, here's what I would say. Your attrition is a direct reflection of the member experience. Okay, what's that member experience like? Are we giving super service? Are we giving that good faith effort? Are we giving more than the customer ever bargained for? Make sure we're going above and beyond. And I would even suggest, think about places that you do business with, places that you go that give that kind of service that you remember. That's what we want to do here. Okay, so really keeping up with member needs and what they're going to want and need, because if you lose as many as you sign up, you're not making up any ground. And in some cases, we don't even do that. Okay, and then I talked earlier about the competition. Stay up to date with the competition. What are they doing well? What are they not? Do that basic SWOT analysis. I mean, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where are their opportunities? Okay, and then where are the problem areas going to be? Where are the issues that are going to come back and get you? What's not working well and things of that nature. So do that full analysis there, because there's going to be opportunities there if we're out there looking for them. Don't just take them for granted. Number 7, this one's happens a bit, but a failure to adapt. You have to stay agile. Because things will change. In the last several years, things have changed a lot. And we have to be ready, willing, and able to adapt. We have to be agile, okay? We have to be able to move. And part of this, I would say, is going to go back to your staff training. Make sure we're training people, because the higher level of confidence we have, the better that we are at what we do, okay? I think will help you stay agile and give you more opportunities in that regard. Number 8 on my list, growing too quickly. Growing too quickly. You're having success, let's expand this club bigger, or let's go do another one. And a few things on this, okay? Make sure, we talked about this earlier, make sure you have plenty of funding. Don't try to bootstrap it if you're trying to grow. Okay, you're going to find it's going to become problematic. Number 2, make sure you have a process and a plan in place to recruit, to hire, to train, and to onboard. Staffing is going to be so crucial, because you lose one person, and that can be a devastating blow to you sometimes, if it's one of those top people. Make sure your marketing is in place. Okay, these are the key things. Make sure your process is down tight. Just think about other businesses. Think about McDonald's just in terms of a process. You can walk into one of those anywhere in the world, and that process is just about identical. It's kind of what you're looking for. Okay, you want that process to be identical. So if you're going to expand, and okay, we're going to promote Mary. Mary knows the process. She jumps right in, and here's how we do it. Because whether a person's been with us for 5 minutes or 5 years, the process is really the same. How they do call-ins, how they do reviews, the numbers we look at, make sure it stays the same. So we grow too quickly when those processes aren't in place. We don't have enough money. We don't have the staff to do it. Okay? Even though maybe we're having success, sometimes we have that success just because of, the ownership, has the kind of the DNA to kind of oversee one and get it done, but we start to get spread a little bit. You start to see that a little bit. Number 9 on my list on top 10 reasons that gyms fail and how to avoid it is failure to hire and retain the right people. Failure to hire and retain the right people. And in terms of hiring, the suggestion I give here is you want to get a recruiting plan of action together. We're always recruiting, we're always looking, we're always talking to people, okay? And you want a whole process on this of all the different things that we do, just like you're marketing for new members, not really a whole lot different. You've got an email database where you're constantly, putting out information about opportunities with your company, what the great culture is, success stories, things of this nature. And then make sure we're going to onboard them and train these folks, and they walk into your gym, they're ready to go. Because so much of this success is tied to self-esteem and self-confidence. And the more we train them, the more they're held accountable to know the information. Self-esteem will be high, self-confidence will be high. Now you've got something to work with, as a new employee. And as far as retaining them, I like to see you have the best pay scale in your area. Okay. Make it on performance in large part, but they can earn a high level of income. Make sure the culture's a good one. We catch people doing something right. We train them, we educate them. And what's the benefit package? Can they have a flex work schedule? Can they have a remote work schedule? Do they get free access to childcare if you have it? Have you worked deals in the local community? They might get discounts at local restaurants, at dry cleaners, at car washes. There's a lot of things you can really build into this. Because the thing you want to ask yourself when it comes to staff is, why should someone want to come to work for you? What makes you so different? It's the same thing we do with your members. Why should they want to join here? What makes us so different? Do the same thing for your staff. Because ultimately, your staff is going to be your brand. And then last, and certainly not least, is not asking for help. Not asking for help. Top 10 reasons gyms fail. This is what we do, okay? We'll help you. We'll help you get back on track. We'll help you get it figured out. Now, one of the biggest problems that so many gym owners have is they wait until the very last minute. They wait until they totally run out of money, or they, in a sense, run out of options. Then they want to get help, okay? You're much better off, whether it's you're using our company or somebody else, you're much better off. Do it 90 days early. If you think you need help, and you probably do, okay, make sure you ask for help. How do you know? Well, sales numbers are declining. Your average costs are increasing. You lost a big account. You lost an important staffer. Maybe new competition's coming in. There's a lot of warning signs, and they happen. And you want to surround yourself with people that have kind of been through that process before. Okay, but ask for help. I know I get asked it all the time, what's the biggest challenge? And the biggest challenge is gym owners won't always ask for help until that patient's on the operating table. And, sometimes they can be revived, but it's a lot easier to revive them if you can start early. So my advice is ask for help, get help, get someone that you trust. You want that trusted partner, dynamic going on. So folks, again, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. We appreciate you being here on the channel today. If you've not yet done so, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. To learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can help take your business to that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And then again, for you folks that are opening a new facility, you need funding, you have an existing operation, you need funding, we can help with funding for up to $400,000, unsecured, no restrictions on use, minimum credit scores of 680, minimum income of $50,000 each of the 2 previous years. Be sure to check out the links below under financing and funding for more information on those programs and additional opportunities for you, to get funding for your business. So again, my name's Jim Thomas. Appreciate you being here, and we look forward to seeing you all in that next video.